call me Crazy Julie. You know, so but I'm not crazy really, but I must be because of the work that I do.
Julie is well known here in Cornwall. She takes in vulnerable people, those that are struggling to keep off the streets or even out of prison. Her aim is to get these young men back on their feet and living an independent life.
I started supporting vulnerable people over 20 years ago. I was just asked by lots of people, either the police, the courts, and social services, then to sort of started working in the community in supporting people in difficult stages of their life. So I would stand and represent them and help them in court, and if they needed a bail address or anything like that, I ended up stepping in to hopefully to stop them from going into the prison system and give them something to focus and hopefully change their lives.
Basically, I seen Julie while I was homeless in Redroof. She was driving through town doing deliveries, and she basically come up to me and said that she's got somewhere for me to stay, and it's better than me being in the streets in the doorway, and help me out and show me, keep me out of the trouble of going back to prison and stuff. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I was stabbed. Someone broke into my house and slashed me up with a Stanley blade. And that kind of set me off with using the heavier drugs like heroin for the pain and stuff like that, and crack. And I got kicked out, and this is when I became homeless and all, and the problem started. But I suffer from PTSD because of it, and that's what's holding me back at the minute. This is our pet bird that we found beside the road, and we obviously brought it in here. The bird got stabbed by a fork. They were drunk or on drugs or something, and thought it'd be funny to hurt a little bird. But we did get it a partner, a mate, but the bird, she killed it. They had a fight and killed it. So she just likes to be by herself, to be honest.
She's a godsend to the people who are homeless and of a position of being socially excluded from people who don't, and she helps them out. And that's all I can say, really, to the detriment of herself as well, because she has to give up part of her own family so she can look after these people.
My son used to live here when he was younger, but other people have come into here, and for the safety of him and obviously for the grandchildren, they don't come here because of under the influence of people that have had drugs and drink. So obviously for the safety for them, and it is difficult because obviously I'm torn and in between two families.
It seems like Julie felt the need to take on a nurturing role, but whatever the motivation, her work was getting recognised and she received a string of awards. However, the increase of attention came at a cost.
A Camborne woman who opens their home to homeless young men and former offenders is facing a bill more than $4,500 after failing foul of the authorities. But what they don't say on that is that that the people that are actually here are put here by them. They don't actually say that they were paying for the people in this house to be with me.
The social services are putting the children in there for it, The police take the kids around there. It's wrong. She's done more for the social people down here than what the damn council does.
Since the council have been involved with this house, it's just gone downhill. This is when I actually got beaten up. Brutal attack on woman who helps transform the lives of former convicts and addicts. And the persons, that actually did this were actually people that I actually helped. We've had windows broken, I've had my car smashed, I've had lots of stuff where I've been blamed for incidences in their own life which they haven't been able to deal with, so obviously it's easier to blame. You usually find the person that messes up in their life blames somebody else for the actions that they talk about. This was booted in, I think, by the police, and with one of the lads. We needed to get into him where he was going to try and kill himself. We opened the door and it was absolutely covered in blood where he was cutting himself so much, and we just broke into the place to save his life, really.
Some people have criticised Julie for giving therapy to the people she supports. But such comments have only angered her.
I am actually a multitask person and a very high skilled person. I might not have a qualification to say that I am a therapist or something like that, but when you're living with these people 24 hours a day with no escape for yourself, I think I'm more than qualified, and I really don't need a piece of paper to say that I can do this job.
There are also people who claim Julie has sex with men under her care, but these rumours couldn't be verified.
Julie's got a lot of difficulties with, obviously, people slating her down. Money's a problem. But everyone, it's just like everyone yapping, isn't it? It's just rumours, and it all circulates around the town, and it all comes back on Facebook, and just got to ignore it. Do you know what I mean?
I've actually experienced death on the living room floor where it was taken, the lad obviously overdosed himself on prescribed drugs. Actually, it wasn't about heroin or street drugs, it was actually prescribed drugs that was given to him by his doctor, and obviously he felt a bit ill, so he thought he'd pop another one, and that another one actually stopped the heart, and I just couldn't resuscitate him. And to sit there and till the ambulance crew and the police came, we had to sit with the body for 4.5 hours until a private ambulance actually came and removed his body from the front before anybody realised what had gone on. That was, and it still affects me to this day. But and then having to find his real mum and say that his son was dead. Sorry. This does get a bit. It hits me every time when I speak about that. But she, bless her, the parent, made it from a negative side into a positive side for me, because she said that she was thankful to think that I found him on the street and that he never actually died out there on his own, and that he actually died with comfort and love. Got to keep going, because you sit down and cry, then we'll lose everything, not just me, but everything I've ever done. So I've got to keep going. Keep going. Try and make myself look beautiful. Some of the lads, some of the kids were saying, "Mum, you got, good backside, good figure," and I thought, we need to use it. It was survival. At the end of the day, nobody else was here to, when I asked for help, so I needed to act quick. It was like a joke. We was going to try and create a calendar, try and raise money, try and save the day, and it was a minute of like, let's do this. And we just went out into the car randomly, took some photos, in the local beach, in the local woods. And from there, one of the kids actually released it out to social media, and it went into the Sun paper. You know, landlady bears all to save the day, and that is basically what happened. But from that now, it's just escalating into something serious, really. What started off being as a joke is now actually starting to become a reality of modelling. We go out now and do some modelling, which raises attention and awareness of myself, obviously. But when they see myself, then people actually start asking questions about what I actually do.
The body's not the only fabric. There's a mind behind it. And once you get into the mind of Julie Stoddern, then you really know what the spirit's about, what her emotions are about, and what that amazing physique is all about as well.
Julie's fame has expanded to new countries, increasing the number of people who depend on her. She's begun collaborating with Nigerian musician Don General.
Because now I'm this famous model, so people say, everybody wants to marry Julie, so we've created this song called Julie Be My Wife, and so we're saying, I love you, Julie, to be my wife.
I want you, Julie, come and be my wife. I love you, Julie, come and be my wife. I want you, Julie.
So we're trying to, we are going to do a video together where people can actually see that it is for real.
Everything we do now, ooh, everything we do now, Watch me, don't speak, I never the freak. Positivity, I broke up on negativity. When you know life is a bad opportunity.
Many people think that, the situation of the African side of things is a scam, but actually it's not a scam. I can actually see, and quite a few people actually can see on my social media sites, that lots of things is growing. I didn't realise how much, and I don't think people actually realise how much I'm actually looked upon as their main support network. You know, I have people from all over just want to listen to my voice for 2 minutes to say hi, morning, hello, and they just said that they can carry on for the day. From last night, from turning my phone on, I have 171 messages on WhatsApp, 118 in one part of my emails, 18 on Twitter, 368 messages on Messenger. Absolutely loads. Oh my God. And then people say, why aren't you replying to me? It feels like, because I've put so much time and effort into what I've been doing, I have to carry on, because if I don't carry on, it all collapses. And I suppose because I put so much focus onto it as well, it's just been my life, really.
I've changed a lot since I've known Julie, because, actually my whole life has changed. Going out now has given me more confidence and stuff.
People just call it a drug den, a smack den, or drinking and what have you. No, it's not been that, and no, it really hasn't been that, because it's just been a house where I've been able to, where I was trying to deal with people's problems. We've got there, and now we're working away, and we're going to keep on fighting, because we're going to show the world.
While some aspects of Julie's work may be considered questionable, what we do know is, despite how controversial she is, she spreads love.
Gotta laugh. I've gotta keep laughing. Keep laughing and keep smiling.